How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and a predicted lineup. Arsenal against Brighton, Carabao Cup. We are away from Premier League action, so that kind of intensity and nerves that you normally get before a Premier League game and you're looking at the table is not going to be there for that one. But it's still a big game because it's an opportunity to go further in the competition, and it's an opportunity, if you get all the way to the final and win it, the first piece of silverware for the season. And look, we all know that our biggest aim is the Premier League or the Champions League. But if we can, go along in the Carabao Cup and pick that up as well, why not? But listen, it's an interesting game because, these, games in this competition are predominantly used by clubs to rotate, to give players that are maybe coming back from an injury some minutes, or players that are not playing a lot some minutes. And also it's an opportunity for young players to get minutes because everybody's priority is the league, and Brighton are no different. They're going to be without the likes of James Milner, Mitoma, and they're already confirmed, like players that are not going to be involved. So what will they do in terms of rotation? I feel that they will change things around. They may have players on the bench in case, which is what I think that, we would do. But it's also a very big opportunity for us to show how good our strength in depth is, how big our squad is. And, when I look at the possible lineup and when I look at how many injuries we actually have, or players, should we say, that are not going to be available for this game, it does make you realize how big a squad we have and how good it, actually is. And you've got players like Gabriel Jesus, a long-term absentee, but if you're looking at Kai Havertz, Madueke, Odegaard, William Saliba is now out for this game. Martinelli, by all accounts, from what Arteta said in his press conference, is going to be out of this game as well. That's 5 players there. And you're looking and thinking, right, who's going to, replace those players? And I'm not worried at all. That's the biggest compliment that I can pay right now. I'm not worried. The prospect of Gabriel not playing, I'm not worried. Declan Rice is fit and available. Calafiori is fit and available. But there's a lot of those players that I don't feel will get used. We've got Burnley on Saturday, and I think that that's a huge game. Psychologically, it's a huge game because we play before everybody else with a 3 p.m. kickoff. So before Liverpool, Man City, etc., etc. And when you're looking at the fixtures over the course of this weekend and you're seeing the likes of Chelsea against Spurs, next week you've got Man City, Liverpool. I think this weekend Liverpool got Villa. Man City, Bournemouth. Some big, big games in there. And if we can go about our job, get our win, Liverpool could be kicking off their game 10 points behind us. Man City 9 points behind us. It's big, but we'll get into that after this. Lineup, I do feel we'll make a lot of changes. There may be some inclusions that you might not suspect, but I will go into a little detail as to why I've included them in the starting lineup. And also, like I said, you've got to remember we are missing some attacking players with the likes of Odegaard, with the likes of Martinelli, with the likes of Havertz. So it kind of limits what we can do in some respects. Listen, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it. And it's one of those kind of games where you go into and I don't really feel any pressure of watching the game. The result will be the result. I'd like to go all the way in this competition, but the priority is the Premier League. We know that. So with that said, let's go into the lineup. In goal, Kepa. I think this is a very straightforward one. He's clearly the cup goalkeeper. David Raya will come out of the side, and Kepa will get his opportunity. Right back will be Ben White. Again, Jurriën Timber will get his rest, which I feel is much needed. And Ben White, he needs to get some minutes under his belt now. Last time out, when I watched him against Olympiacos, I could see Arteta really having a go at him at one point because, he was very slack in his play. And we're going to need to get him, going again and really pushing Timber all the way and sharing minutes and not, relying so heavily on Jurrien Timber. But yeah, Ben White starts the game. Right centre back will be Christian Mosquera. Absolutely no issues at all. The fact that William Saliba is out injured and we're sitting here calm, relaxed, and like, okay, cool. Mosquera. He just slots in effortlessly. That's simple. Left centre back will be Henkape. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing him. I wouldn't have minded seeing him as a fullback and Miles Lewis-Skelly going into midfield, but I just feel that with Calafiori, Gabriel, and these players that are going to get rest, another time maybe. But listen, left centre back, no issues at all, straightforward. So yeah, but listen, if Arteta does go with somebody else, then maybe it would be a Calafiori at left centre back and Henkape as a left back, and then Miles Lewis-Skelly into midfield. But yeah, for this, I feel that's what it will be. And then left back will be Miles Lewis-Skelly. Again, another straightforward one. Thought last time out, Atletico Madrid, really good game. Came on at the weekend to see the game out. So no drama at all. And the fact that I'm looking at that back four, yeah, let's not even, include Kepa for a moment. That back four, right? Ben White, Christian Mosquera, Henkape, and Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, do you know what? That back four would start for a lot of teams in the Premier League. That's a ridiculous backup back four. When you think that there's no Jurrien Timber, no Saliba, no Gabriel, no Calafiori. That's absolutely ridiculous. In the midfield, Christian Norgard. A very, very straightforward one. He seems like a player that's going to be involved more in the cup games and everything else. So very straightforward one for me. On the right wing, this may surprise some people, but I do think it will be Bukayo Saka. Now, let me explain. I look at the Fulham game and he was immense and, really pushed himself. But then since then, I look at the Atletico Madrid game. First half, really good. Second half, we were that good, but everything came down our left-hand side. That Bukayo Saka was pretty much a passenger for the second half. It was a stroll, to be quite honest with you, against Atletico Madrid in the second half. And then at the weekend, something didn't seem right with him. In the first half, there were no bursts past the fullback. There was just something missing from his game, like he was kind of just going through the motions. And we were all a little worried, going, oh no, is he injured? Is he just, trying to manage it and get through? No, he was ill last week and he didn't train. So that was his reason behind it. Mikel Arteta has said he's available. And I just feel that in the last couple of games, there's not been that much intensity involved. He's not trained loads because of the illness last week, only played about 60 minutes at the weekend. I just feel that he will probably start this game and maybe get another 60 minutes under his belt. That's my thought process anyway. Next up, we're going to have Ethan Nwaneri. Good opportunity for him to start the game, to really, leave a mark on the game and show Mikel that he's, ready and waiting. So that's a very straightforward one for me. Next to him, we're going to have Eberechi Eze. Nearly forgot what I was putting for a moment. But again, the thought process behind this is a very simple one. You look at the Fulham game, only played about 60 minutes. Before that, the international break, where he's away for a couple of weeks, was hardly involved. So in terms of his match minutes and the load that he's had to play, I don't think there's any issues. So I'm quite happy with that. And I don't think we have many other options. And you'll get why I've done this in a moment. But I just feel that Eze Nwaneri could be very good, very exciting, very attacking, a lot of flair. And it'd be nice to see it. I'd like to see it anyway. On the left-hand side will be Trossard. I would have had Martinelli starting this game, but looks like he's going to be out injured, judging by what Mikel Arteta has said. Against his former side, pretty straightforward one for me. And then up front as the main striker, Mikel Moreno. I feel that Gyökeres needs a break. This is a perfect opportunity to give him that break before the weekend. Mikel Moreno, we know that he can play that job as a number 9 and a striker. And I just feel that him there is better than maybe a bit deeper, and let Eza and, Nwaneri have the fun and do all the flair and the creative side of things and let Mikel Moreno do what he does best when he's in and around the 18-yard box, score goals. Very, very simple. So, yeah, listen, when you look at the bench as well, you're going to have the likes of probably Gabriel there, Jurriën Timber, Calafiori. You'll have the likes of Declan Rice. You can have the likes of Zubamendi, Gyökeres. There's plenty of options off the bench if needed. But for me, that's a good starting 11. That's a very strong starting 11, especially defensively. And listen, it's an opportunity to give some players some minutes and to see others. And yeah, we'll see what happens. And I'm looking forward to the game, that's for sure. So listen, there we go. Let me know in the comment section what you think of that 11. Are you happy? Do you agree or disagree, etc., etc.? So you know what to do if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.